Hello guys, welcome to another commentary video from a Medieval 2 multiplayer battle. And as you can see, this battle has already started. It was quite a fun battle. It was 3 versus 3, and I'm in command of the Portuguese over here. I have 5 CAF units, 2 Conquistadores, actually 6, sorry. 2 Conquistadores, 3 Knights of Santiago and General Bodyguards. I have my 4 Musketeers here, a line of Aventuros overlapping with 4 Dismounted Conquistadores, and here 2 dismounted Portuguese Knights. From my left, there's the Spanish army protecting my wing, and the plan was for us to start together, to gangbang on one guy, but it didn't really, this being guy didn't really do that, and the idea was for a third ally, France, to duke it off alone against his opponent, but in reality what happened is that the France guy played it out real nicely and came to my help over here, while the Spain guy committed himself to the fight against his direct opponent, which was the full Roman Emperor there. Against us two, so against Portugal and France, stood the armies of Venice. So my opponent, my direct opponent, he chose a pike and shot army. He's got 4 musketeers overlapping with 4 pike militias over here. He's got another 3 or 4, I think, okay, 3 musketeer units over here, 4 dismounted feudal knights, and a pretty strong cav force of 5, or 4 actually, knight hospitalers and general's bodyguards. I'm not gonna move directly on him. He's over powering me in the department, in the fire department. So I'm going to move from the sides, and I'm going to move also my infantry force from the side, and I will have to make him move and at least waste a couple of shots, or waste the time for a couple of shots. And over here is tracking my movement, and he's shooting my guys down with his goddamn muskets. He's got way too many of them. And while I distract him from there, I will try to use, but basically I'm gonna sacrifice the Conquistadores over there, because I know he's gonna follow my movement there, and I'm gonna use that to get rid of at least part of his musket force, because it's just too goddamn big, as you can see. But he's gonna commit this fight eventually too. There he goes. There are his knight hospitalers, and over here I'm in deep trouble because I'm outnumbered, outgunned. He's even got some pikes over there during the fight, and he's gonna even get a nice charge at what's left from my guys, from my conquistadors over here. So I'm not hoping for them to hold out a lot longer. Fortunately, France has sent, my ally has sent some help. Over here I'm doing much better, as you can see, but I still got caught up in the fight, and he did manage to get a nice charge with his general's bodyguards, which sucked. And all of this is happening, all the cav action is happening while I am slowly moving my infantry force in position to face those guys, to face my direct opponent. And finally, some good news. Here's my ally, the French guy, helping me out. Basically what he did was play a really good game. The guy with France, he helped out a lot, he helped me a lot, and this was probably the crucial move that, bringing his cav was a crucial move that allowed me to position my infantry and to get in the fight, to get a better position in the fight. But the France guy doing this, the France guy basically sacrificed his battle line, so he just tried to stall his direct opponent, so his Venice opponent. Over here I got one of his info of his cav units, his General Bodyguards, and I think I also got a Knight Hospitaler unit, and I have my Aventuros over here. I also have my smart Portuguese Knights, so I mean, he didn't play on his on the cav advantage he won with after that first cav fight. When I rushed my cav in to get rid of the muskets, I thought he would use his cav more wisely after that, because he had the cav advantage and you will have to spare my pikes to get rid of his cav. but he saved me the trouble of chasing them. He just brought his cav to my pikes, luckily for me. And the only place where I should really take care now is here. The only place where he is, has how do you call them, infantry, heavy infantry, outweighs my heavy infantry. But having in mind that I have the advantage on all other places, I'm not really too scared here. The really annoying part is going to be the remainder of his muskets, because I have a much smaller musket force remaining, and I don't have almost any cannon force remaining. Here we have pretty much the last of his melee force surrendering and routing, and so he's left with 1, 2, 3, 4 musketeers and some. Okay, so he's got some more melee troops here, spike militias, but not for long. I got them in a battle against these against my Conquistadores, probably the best melee infantry in this game. So, as I said, the only thing that's left for my direct opponent are these guys, and again, my thanks to my ally, the French. He's chasing them down, because if I had to chase them down, it would probably have been the whole freaking map, because I don't have any cap, as I said. Okay, my direct opponent admitted defeat. So now we can take a look at what's happening elsewhere on this map. Here, the direct opponent of my French ally also brought a musket heavy force. He also brought some dismounted Venetian knights and dismounted feudal knights, and a back line also of pikes. He's got his Knights Templars, Stradiots. He's got his General Bodyguard, and as you can see, all my ally did was try to stall him. Probably the only chance, a real chance of victory for my direct opponent would have been if his Venice ally would have come to aid him, as my French ally did. That would have made this fight, the last fight, so France vs Venice fight, be totally insignificant, which in the end, I mean, and as you can see now, it was, because well, it's a victory for Venice there won't mean a lot, because they lost against me, against Portugal. And as you can see, the third ally here, the Holy Roman Empire, isn't really doing well against Spain. And by the way, I don't think I said this, it was a 20k battle, I think, and it was standard rules battle. So 6-2, no archer, no what do you call them, elephants. And because you can see the battle is gonna last quite a bit now, quite a bit movement. I'm not gonna march all the way here, because I know these guys, the French and my French and Spanish ally, have this totally under control. So I'm gonna skip this part, and we're gonna go directly at the point when me and my allies are gonna get in position to finally engage for the final engagement against the second Venice player. So, going to that encounter now. So as I told you guys, here we are. We skipped a part. We skipped the boring part, and here we are at the final showdown. This is what is left from our opposing team. One Venice army with 2 Templar Knights, 1, 2, 3 Stradiots, General Bodyguards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, wait, that's very mixed. Actually, let's go in the thick of the action, as the Stradiots will attack the French players' Aventuros. And they're gonna rout them, of course. So the 3 Stradiots, the 2 Knights Templars, 1 Portuguese crossbow militia. Then we have 1 Venetian heavy infantry, 2 Venetian heavy infantry, 3 Venetian heavy infantry, 2 dismounted feudal knights, like militias overlapping with how do you call them, Musketeers. And here you can see why I think the French guy did a good job with just holding out against just well, stalling the Venetian, his Venetian opponent, and just helping out me and the Spain guy win our battles. Because as you can see, now we have a combined force that's much better than, for the final showdown, that's much better than the single force that the Venetians can muster. In the background, our Spanish ally, with the majority of the troops, surviving troops, is also joining in. 3 Knights of Santiago, 5 Knights of Santiago, and his General's Bodyguards. Oh no, he doesn't have General's Bodyguard, huh? So all of them Knights of Santiago then. He's got his Dismounted Conquistadores, Portuguese crossbowmen, Musketeers, more Conquistadores, Tercio pikemen, so he's got pretty much a full army over there. And the French guy has the calf, so he's got the Knights Hospitallers, General Bodyguards, Lancers, and over here Knights Templar. I've got the infantry. I've got my Dismounted Conquistadores and Aventuros. I have also my dismounted Portuguese knights, and the French guy has also got some dismounted noble knights. Now, the bad thing is these musketeers are raining down death upon my line, and by the time that I get there, it will be really late, so I will lose a lot of men to fire from these 4 units of musketeers over here. What our opponent is doing is a classical pike and shot thingy. As you can see, he's got a line of musketeers overlapping with a line of pikes. Only pike militias, but still, pikes are pikes. He's also got a police crossbow militia back there. Not gonna do all the difference, and I reckon, well, what the fuck? I'm not gonna just wait there and get shot to death. At least I'm gonna try and join the fight. So I'm moving my guys forward, and I'm losing men under the heavy bombardment of from his muskets over here while I'm marching. But as I said, better to just move and try and do something. I'm getting support from France, definitely, and also finally the Spanish guy has arrived. I don't know why these guys are moving backwards. Maybe just to enjoy the mountain views atop of that hill. I don't know. Maybe they have decided it's enough bloodshed for one day? I'm not sure. Anyway, the battle is going on here, and I have my Dismounted Conquistadores crashing in the line against these pike militias, and even though my Conquistadores have fought a long battle, and their numbers have dwindled, I'm sure they can totally own this line of pike militias. By the way, as you can see, this is on small scale. It's basically the only way that you can play a battle like this, 3 versus 3, and not lag. So that's the reason for this being a small size battle. I have my dismounted dismounted noble knights. No, actually, that's the French guy. He's got his dismounted noble knights, and I have my Aventuros in the back. Also, that's probably the best, or one of the best. Okay, I'm not sure. I think it's the best pikeman unit in this game coming to the fight. So his first line of pikes is definitely going to crumble sooner or later, and here this calf is most likely going to get just overwhelmed. Oh, I have some conquistadores. I had some conquistadores left. I wasn't. And I dismounted conquistadores, not mounted ones. Sorry, my bad. So I did lose all of my camp force. As you can see, my dismounted Portuguese knights push through the line. My Aventuros are free to flank these pike militias here, these Venetian pike militias, and that's about it from them. I'm gonna move now to the other side to get rid also of these dismounted few knights. They can put up a fight against my dismounted Portuguese knights and conquistadores because my guys are way too tired. But as you can see, I'm trying to pin these guys down and to get some nice flanking. Yeah, that's really unconventional, flanking with pikemen. But as you can see, the Venice guy is going to get a charge at my guys from the back. I see that, so I also charge my guys at him. So I'm not just gonna let them get hacked down with their backs turned. And as you can see, that helps. I mean, the calf still gets a lot of kills, but my guys don't instantly rout. And I also managed to get some kills on them. And I also get some help from my French ally, really good ally. Really helped a lot in this game. And it's I think it's pretty much clear by now who's gonna win this. But still, it was really fun game. Oh, so these guys finally starting to rout. Dismounted few Knights too, and what's left is this line of 4 Musketeers. Of course, we need CAF to do those guys, and the French and the Spanish are going to provide supplies with CAF, since the brave Portuguese soldiers, cavalry force has lost their lives in this battle, and in the early period of this battle. And here's a nice charge perspective from the French guy. These guys, I hope, are gonna rout soon enough. These Musketeers, 27, come on, 26, 5 command wounded, shaken. That should be enough to rout. Okay, the French guy will just move through like a hot knife, full butter, and charge the other guys. And here are our Spanish brothers, also Knights of Santiago, and they're going to deliver the final death blow, I think, to a lot of these Musketeers. Yep. No, they're still in charge, finally. And I'm also moving up my guys, although I don't have a lot left now. I have, as you can see, some infantry here. By the way, the Portuguese and the French flags are too similar here. But I can't help here a lot. Okay, maybe against some of these Venetian heavy infantry guys. How about those? Okay, but I can't help a lot here because it's well, I can't catch up with the Musketeers. They're skirmishers, and I think this is the last one. I think these are the last guys left, and here we have my Dismounted Conquistadores rushing at these guys. Will they make it in time, or will the Musketeers, the Venetian Musketeers, get a shot? No, they didn't. My guys managed to get there. They're really, actually, they're just, wow, they're just formed up. Way to go, guys! Way to go! Who trains you, people? Wow! And finally, these guys are also routed. Have also routed. Okay, I gave my contribution to the last fight too. That's a good thing. And this is pretty much over. Here are again my Spanish brothers, also Dismounted Conquistadores, and finally the second Venetian guy admitted defeat. And now we can see the battle result screens. As you can see, I deployed 897 guys. In my team, I got the most kills and captured guys. That's 920. That's so 920 kills were captured. But I also lost most the biggest part of my army from all my allies. So this was a costly battle from my side. On the other hand, when you see at our opponents, well, General Dude X did pretty well. He killed a lot of. That was probably the last guy standing. He killed a lot of our guys, but also, similar to me, lost a lot of his army, a big percentage of his army. And if we take a look at the number of kills from my guys, you can see this unit of Dismounted Conquistadores did really well, and all the rest are relatively equally spread among my guys. Although I have some gaps, like for example these Conquistadores, yeah, those guys that I sacrificed at the beginning of the battle, that didn't get too many kills. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this 3 vs 3 battle, and I hope you'll stick around for the next battle to come. Take care guys, bye bye.